love that intro. Reggie Veggie Productions. Learn that name. Oh, I'm telling you, so much good stuff coming out of there, and so much stuff we're going to be working on with them on as well. This gentleman knows his stuff. Hey, we're here for another episode of What's in Your Watch List. We have an official intro trailer thing, leading up into this, which is great. Get y'all pumped up, excited. Yes! A couple things I need to go over before we get into all of this. Really simple. Number one, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I am as well. So if anyone wants to have comments, discussions, anything like that, all for it. Let's go ahead and go all in on this one. If you're here just strictly to go ahead and troll and that's the only intent you have, no. So really simple, because we just want to keep this nice and fun for everybody. We just want to make sure that it's a fun environment, safe environment for anybody to go ahead and say what they want to say on there, as long as they have something to back it up discussion-wise, is all I'm saying. So we're going to be reviewing Andor, and it's episode 5 on this one. Before we get started on this, I do in-depth reviews. I talk about things. I do give spoilers on here, so let me go ahead and get this part out of the way. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. And you have been warned. All right. So we've been having some fun watching these shows, and I watch these shows with my fiance so that we can kind of bounce off ideas, get different vantage points and perspectives on things that are going on. Andor it's got a lot of story for a small space, if that makes any sense. With this particular episode, we got more into the, how should I put this, the distrust in the circle of the ones who are working together to try to pull off this heist that's coming up. The problem with that is you're already on edge. You don't know if it's going to happen. You've already got some holes in the plans that you got going on. Everything could possibly go wrong. And then you throw in someone else in there that you don't trust, you don't know, you don't have any idea what's going on. Oh, yeah, it'll go well. No problem. So we're leading up to that heist. What was interesting about this episode is that we really start looking into the Empire's side of things, because I'm all about dark side and villains and all that stuff too. Everyone knows. But you start looking into some of the dark side stuff with the Empire, and you're starting to notice that some of there's a particular officer that was over there. She's high-ranking officer at that, and in the board, and she's starting to go ahead and shift the boat a little bit, just kind of knock it around. And in doing so, you think, oh, she's either going to get fired, killed, force choked, whatever the case may be. I don't know what they do in the Empire at this time period with everything. But it's interesting because you're starting to see a flux in what's happening in their plans. They're trying to keep everything super secret, run fluid, almost don't want to have any problems because then they have to deal with it at some point. Kind of reminds you of a certain government that we have that would do something like that at times as well. Allergies around here, I swear. But it's okay. It's human nature too. You don't want to deal with things that are hiccups in the road that you have caused along the way. You never want to go ahead and take responsibility for that, but at least most people don't. So whenever you're brought into the spotlight with some things that are happening and that are going wrong, immediately there are two choices there. It's either go ahead and bury the problem that is being brought to your feet by the person that's bringing the problem to your feet, or go ahead and give them some power to go ahead and take care of it. And now we're starting to see where some power is being given to this high-ranking officer. And we're going to see where she takes this now, because this has potential to go ahead and open up to where I think it does Now we're going to start seeing where the plans for the Death Star and the kink that's in there, and leading up to Rogue One and what's happening with all of that. We're going to start seeing some more things on that. We also saw where they were really starting to push on the fact that not everybody is doing their part, whether it be on Rebel side or on Empire. So it's a very, I won't say political, because we don't do that on my shows, but it definitely has a line drawn in the sand. And you're starting to see people who are starting to cross that line saying, well, I see what's going on over here, and I still have some morals, so we're going to go ahead and go with something different. Or you see the ones who are like, I don't care what's going on, I just want more power, I want to step up this ladder and then jump over the line that way. You're starting to see more and more of that. It's almost like a spy thriller with a lot of things in there. It definitely has the Star Wars feel with characters and aliens. It needs more of the alien sort to be on there to have that exact feel. Right now you're seeing a lot of humans because there's a lot of storyline going through with that. But at the same time, you're starting to get that feel that there's something much bigger on the horizon. And with this heist coming up and the way that they're going to do it under the veil of this festival, be ready to see something pretty epic, I think, on the next episode. So we've got Andor season 5. Did the review on this one. This is Andor on Disneyplus. Shows up on Wednesdays. It'll be up on there for you to go ahead and keep track of and watch as well. But thank you for being here, and please, please, please remember to like, subscribe, and share today. By subscribing, you won't miss out on any of the content that we have on this particular program, which is What's in Your Watch List, which I'm having a blast doing. Whenever some of these shows end, I'm probably going to go down to 2 shows per week. 3 shows is really pushing it. But I'll keep track of 2 shows per week that we'll be doing on a regular basis and trying to keep those up there. I have an idea of my next one that I want, but we shall see. Of course, I have my other shows, which is a hell of a show, my interview show that I do online. Pretty much up to this point, it's mainly been comic creators and comic creatives that I've interviewed on there. Been some pop culture in there. We're starting to branch out on that. I actually have some guests lined up now that are in the pop culture industry, and we're going to go from there. We also have a remastered show coming back, unscripted, After Dark. So unscripted was already our no holds barred, we can have fun on weekends, anyone's invited, just kind of let your hair down and enjoy having fun and laughing to the point of tears. Now we're going to take it a step further, and we're actually going to introduce more into the risque culture in different target market industries. Best way I can say that without getting canceled somehow, some way. But that's on Saturday, this coming Saturday on the 15th at 10 p.m. Central on YouTube only. Don't miss out on that one. And of course, we have our other show. My fiance chose the name on this one just so she could hear me giggle every time I say it, but it's our book review show called Between the Covers. Between the Covers. Every damn time. It's been my book review show where I've been just kind of doing general reviews on books, which is good, great, and wonderful. Now we're going to kind of switch things up and shake it up a bit, where she and I both will be reviewing the books after we read them and having opinions side by side. Those opinions don't always match, of course. We are slated to be married next year. We'll see if the engagement holds true after some of these. If you want to know how it turns out, you got to subscribe and make sure you don't miss out on any of the episodes with that. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Looking forward to doing many more of these as we keep going along. Let me know what you think. I mean, what you think of the shows, how they think they're going. If there are particular shows that you want to see out there that you want me to do in the future, and we'll see what happens from there. But in the meantime, I always got to ask, what's in your watch list?